The Adventures of Seven, Life with Gemma, by Jennifer Cullen. Before leaving the shelter, Gemma took me out of my crate. I assumed she would allow me to sit in the front seat next to her, just like Rudy always did. However, to my surprise, she placed me in the back seat and insisted that I wear a seat belt. On the way home from the shelter, Gemma stopped at the organic market for groceries. The place had a warm, earthy fragrance, like essential oils, herbs, spices, and dried fruits. Gemma avoided the meat and dairy aisles altogether. I kept trying to pull her in that direction, but she kept pulling me in the opposite direction. We left the store with rice, quinoa, farro, beans, lentils, almonds, cashews, pecans, walnuts, coconut milk, tofu, and an all-natural dog food. Upon arriving at Gemma's house, she swapped her outfit for cozy clothes. Then we headed to the backyard, where instead of playing with balls or chasing squirrels, Gemma played some soothing music. We stretched and practiced deep breathing exercises. Following our yoga session, we return inside. Gemma whipped up a strawberry, blueberry, banana, spinach, and kale smoothie for herself. For me, she served a generous bowl of organic dog food. It had a vegetable scent, but surprisingly tasted somewhat like meat. After dinner, Gemma brushed my teeth. "Ouch!" I cried. "Not so hard!" I turned my head to signal her to stop, but she simply replied, "Just a few more seconds, sweetie, I promise," and pushed the toothbrush further back to reach my molars. I gagged and sulked. At the moment, Gemma paused and gently petted me. "I'm so sorry," she said, "but the vet mentioned you had bad teeth, and I promised to do this every day. It's for your own good." As bedtime approached, I was filled with excitement to sleep beside Gemma, but she wouldn't let me on her bed. Instead, I had to settle for sleeping on the floor next to her bed. It wasn't quite the same down here. It felt cold and lonely. In the morning, Gemma and I walked to the park. Rabbits started to cross our path. Each time I tried to follow them into the woods, Gemma warned, "Watch out for poison ivy," and pulled me back. What a worrywart, I thought. Squirrels scurried along the trail. I attempted to sneak up on one for a chase, but they always eluded me because Gemma pulled me back, scolding, "Don't scare the poor little squirrels, they're smaller than you." As they scampered up trees beyond my reach, I sighed. "Oh my goodness, lady, let me have some fun." Dogs of various sizes passed us on the path. I eagerly approached them. Gemma pulled the leash. "Seven, stop! Don't be impolite." "I just wanted to meet some new friends. What a party pooper," I complained to myself. Following our walk, Gemma placed me in the bath. She gently poured warm water over my back. I despised the sensation of being wet. In response, I shook myself vigorously, splattering Gemma with a spray of stinky, muddy water. "Ew!" she exclaimed. "Ha ha!" I couldn't help but chuckle to myself. Gemma swiftly scrubbed me clean with lavender-scented soap and rinsed me off. After that, she sent me into the living room to play while she took her shower. I lay in bed feeling glum. I longed for Rudy and our bacon cheeseburgers, our morning jogs, and indulging in large bowls of sugary cereal. I yearned for our playful runs in the backyard, chasing after squirrels and bulls. I missed our cozy evenings cuddled up on Rudy's chair and watching baseball together. My mind wandered to thoughts of running away. In the coming weeks, while Gemma did her yoga, I devised my escape plan. I would run away to seek out Rudy in Afghanistan, no matter where that might be, and we would return to our former life together. My observations led me to notice that every Monday, Gemma would open the back gate and leave it open while she took the garbage and recycling bins to the curb. So on Monday, as Gemma handled the trash and recycling, I seized the opportunity to make my escape. 7, come back! Gemma shouted. However, I was on a mission. I was determined to find Rudy in Afghanistan, so I continued to run. As Gemma closed in on me, I picked up my pace. Eventually, she had to stop to catch her breath. I kept on running. Before long, I found myself in a place I knew well, the park. There, I spotted a bunny and chased it into the tall grass that Gemma had always warned me to avoid. The bunny outpaced me and escaped. I redirected my focus to the park, where I searched for squirrels. Right away, I found a squirrel searching for acorns. I jumped up on the tree branch and chased him. He was too fast for me and ran up a tree before I could capture him. I felt a wave of sadness wash over me. All I wanted was to play, so why did the bunny and squirrel scurry away from me? Suddenly I heard a dog barking in the distance. Intrigued, I followed the sound until I stumbled upon a part of the park I'd never seen before. It was a fenced-in play area exclusively for dogs. As a man was exiting with his dog, I quietly slipped through the gate and began to explore. As I entered the dog park, I was greeted by a friendly French bulldog. "Hello, I'm Winston, and what's your name?" he asked. "I'm 7," I responded joyfully. "Come along, friend. I'll show you around the park," Winston invited. I threw behind Winston as we explored the park's perimeter, enjoying all the delightful scents, sights, and sounds around us. "Winnie! Come here, Winnie!" A woman's voice called out. "That's my mom," Winnie informed me. "I have to head home now." "Oh, man," I said, disappointed. "We were having such a great time." "I know," Winnie replied sympathetically, "but I'll see you here again." "I wasn't so certain about that," I muttered quietly to myself. Yet I smiled and waved goodbye to my friend. Once Winston left, I discovered a delicious tree branch to gnaw on. I was having a great time when a loud, furious voice shouted, "That's my branch! Put it down now, and nobody will get hurt!" I swallowed hard and cautiously turned around to identify the source of the intimidating voice. "I said, hand over the tree branch and nobody will get hurt," the dog in front of me repeated. But I don't want to hand it over. I'm lost and scared, and I always do stuff when I'm stressed," I explained. "Well, if you don't give it to me, then I'll take it away from you." The dog hollered and came towards me to take my stick away. "Fine, I'm coming for your stick," the dog growled. I gripped my stick tightly, shut my eyes, and prepared for a confrontation. At the moment, I heard the most beautiful voice in the world call out, "7, come here, boy!" I opened my eyes to see Gemma shooing away the other dog. She rushed over and enveloped me in a warm embrace. "You frightened me so much. I thought I lost you for good. Please don't ever do that again," she exclaimed, planting kisses on my head. I returned her affection with kisses as well. Adoption can be challenging, especially when you live with one family for a long time and then you have to get a new one that is very different from your old one. That day in the park, I learned that even though Gemma was completely different from Rudy, she loved me in the best way she knew how. Everything she did for me was to help me have a better life. Gemma has also learned that it's perfectly fine for me to eat meat and sometimes cheese, even if she doesn't enjoy them herself. But she always makes me eat my vegetables first. Since the moment Gemma rescued me at the dog park, I haven't felt the urge to run away again. However, I often think about Rudy and sometimes long for the way my previous life was. Gemma reassures me that it's perfectly normal to miss my old family and to feel sadness over a cherished relationship that I lost. Occasionally, Rudy sends me packages filled with treats. Gemma informed Rudy that he could come to visit me whenever he's on leave. I've had the chance to see him a few times. He took me to the park where we could chase balls and squirrels together. To this day, I still live with Gemma, and I'm incredibly grateful that she chose to be my mom.